Welcome to the Pub Sports Radio NHL Play of the Day for Friday, February 5th. Ian Cameron back with you and feeling good after last night. Columbus in the over against Dallas, a 2-0 sweep on the Play of the Day. Let's see if we can get it done again for Friday night. 5 games on the slate. We're going to do a little true gambling, I guess you could say, in the truest sense of the word with my Play of the Day on this Friday card. We're going to go to the late game. It's the Los Angeles Kings and the Vegas Golden Knights. The current price is Vegas minus 240, home favorites at T-Mobile Arena. The total 5.5 shaded to the over. The Vegas Golden Knights, this is their first game in 9 days. Of course, they've been shut down by COVID-19 during this last 9-day span. They haven't practiced a whole lot. They had multiple coaches on their coaching staff that tested positive for COVID-19, including Peter DeBoer. That's why Kelly McCrimmon in the final game before their schedule got paused, the final game against St. Louis before the pause, which they lost in a shootout 5-4, he was behind the bench, Kelly McCrimmon, the GM, instead of Peter DeBoer because of the COVID-19 issues. So you're looking at a situation right here for the Las Vegas Golden Knights where they are basically going to be playing their first game in well over a week. Alex Pietrangelo is not going to play tonight for the Vegas Golden Knights, and you're talking about their prized offseason acquisition, a guy that they got to basically get this blue line up to a level where they feel it's strong enough, top to bottom, to compete for a Stanley Cup, and to go along with the likes of Alec Martinez and Shea Theodore on this blue line. It was clearly a great move to really make this blue line even better, but you're going to feel his absence tonight against the Los Angeles Kings. Marc-Andre Fleury in net. He's been excellent. No question about that so far this season for Vegas in between the pipes. But even to a certain extent, you've got to question the team as a whole, how fluid they are in terms of their performance tonight. Are they going to be a team that's going to be able to put their best foot forward? It's not easy to just step back on the ice for your first game in 9 days and be at your best right away. And I think it could take some time for the Vegas Golden Knights tonight to play their best and put their best foot forward when you haven't played hockey in over a week. Now, the LA Kings, on the other hand, they are coming off, I think, their worst game of the season by far against Anaheim. And I had the Kings that night. I think it was my play of the day, in fact, earlier this week on one of the videos here. And clearly the wrong side. It was their worst game of the year. They were flat as a pancake. They laid an egg. It was a total clunker from the Kings. They got completely dominated by the Anaheim Ducks, who just controlled the game. They were in the LA zone most of that game. They heavily outshot the Kings as well. Todd McClellan saying that we just didn't really show up to compete. We didn't put our work boots and our hard hat on. We didn't come ready to work, talking about how Anaheim completely outworked LA in that game. I think you're going to see LA have a very, very strong effort tonight. I don't know if it's enough to beat Vegas because Vegas is the better team at the end of the day, but there is an angle that I like in this game, and I think it's got a real chance to pay off here. I'm going to recommend for the play of the day the Los Angeles Kings in the first period on the money line at plus 170. It is a big price. It is, I think, a value-laden price given the circumstances and the situation going into this game tonight. I think the Kings, if they're going to put their best foot forward, it's early in the game, coming off that terrible effort against the Kings, or against the Ducks, rather. I think they'll be a lot better early in the game tonight. And if Vegas is going to be at their most vulnerable, it's going to be early in the game. It's going to be that first 20 minutes, playing their first game in 9 days, where they are not sharp. They are, turning the puck over. And again, when you haven't been on the ice and all of a sudden you got to ramp things up to a game level of game speed that you haven't been, accustomed to being involved in for well over a week, I could see this being a tough first game back for the Vegas Golden Knights. And it's worth noting the Kings have actually matched up pretty well with the Golden Knights. They've given Vegas some fits. 4-1 the Kings the last 5 head-to-head meetings. I wouldn't necessarily talk you out of the full game money line with the Kings here, but I think the greatest edge, the greatest advantage that they'll have in this game is early in the game, the first 20 minutes. And I think we've got a legit chance to have a live underdog in the first period. The reason I like the first period is because maybe the first period the Kings get out of it with a 1-goal lead, and then Vegas turns it on, shakes off the rust, and in the second and the third period, they're a lot better, they're a lot stronger, and they come back and they take control of the game. And we've seen Vegas come back many times, not only this season, but in previous years. So I worry about that in terms of deciding whether to take the Kings in the full game or the first period. I prefer the first period angle here in this one. So that's what I'm going to go with for the NHL play of the day on Pub Sports Radio for Friday, February the 5th. We're going for a little bit of a big dog here with the LA Kings plus 170 in the first period against the Vegas Golden Knights. What that means is that if the game's tied after the first period, it's a push. You get your money back. But I think there's a chance, a legit chance for LA to hold a lead in the first intermission. We'll take the LA Kings plus 170 first period against the Vegas Golden Knights. That's your Pub Sports Radio NHL play of the day for Friday, February the 5th. I'm Ian Cameron. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with you tomorrow on Saturday for another Pub Sports Radio NHL play of the day.